Hey guys, today is April the 21st of 2021, and I wanted to go over Dow Jones, US30 using WGAN price and time technical analysis. As you can see, the Dow Jones monthly chart is just trending higher, making higher highs and higher lows. Nothing bearish about it. If we add our GAN monthly waves with no skip, you guys seen my past videos. This is a technique I've been using and been back testing it and making videos on it, so you guys can check it out and tell me what you think. As you can see, we do our 3 count, 1, 2, 3. Do our 4 count, 1, 2, 3, 4. Total of 7. Reaction point, that's what GAN said was important. We continue counting from there. We go 3, and then we do our 4, and our reaction point, total of 7 is going to come in May. Very interesting. Possibly could be a top in May, and then we pull back into June and July. Let me show you some things that maybe that could play out, maybe not. We'll see. Time will tell. But I just figure I'll let you know what I'm seeing. This one is an alternative, just because GAN wasn't really specific in regards to the reaction point. So I just wanted to see what could also play out. And then once we get to June, July, August, then we'll see what happened and see what worked out, what worked and what didn't work. We did our 3 count, our 4 count, total of 7. Reaction point, that's what we don't count. We skip, and then we continue to count. 3, going to 4, that leads us into June, which leads me, if my analysis is correct and everything pans out and plays out, could be maybe where the market could maybe have a swing low somewhere around June, July, but we'll see. I'm going to show you next the cycles that I have on the weekly. This is a software that I use, and this one right here is a cycle, weekly cycle. This is 193. This is a cycle that pops out. And it tops out all the way in 2022. So something long term. This thing can continue going all the way to next year. Now with the cycle of 193 of a harmonic of 65, this is where you get a little hump, and this is where we at. It's a little ahead of it, but in theory, price action should probably be turning here and somewhere between June, July, August, maybe bottom out and then maybe continue going higher. But this is all just in speculation. This is just seeing what price action is going to do with the time cycle, if they're going to play together or Dow Jones is going to do his own thing. Now here's a weekly cycle, and the dominant cycle on the weekly Dow Jones is 34. And this is just by itself. You can see how it plays out with the chart. And it's already topped out, but the Dow Jones continues going higher. We'll see how it plays out. This is the 34 dominant cycle, again, with a harmonic now of 105, 65, and 18. And you can see how it plays out here. And it already topped out. And it pulls back into maybe August around there, but Dow Jones continues going up. So you got one long term, you got a little possible turn here, possible turn, and then possible turn. But the turn hasn't happened yet. I'm just showing you what the cycles are saying. Next one I want to show you is the daily cycles. And this is 166. This is the one that jumps out at the spectrum analysis, and you can see that it already topped out somewhere in maybe February, April, around there. But you can see that the Dow Jones continues going higher. Now, if you add the 166, you add a harmonic of 83. This is what we get. So everything is just kind of lining. One is already topped out, and this one right here on the daily is just right here. Like it's already should be topping here, and it should pull back into June. This was into June also. And the last one I wanted to show you of these charts is this is a daily chart, and this is a little more fractal. This is a dominant cycle of 41 on the daily chart, and with a harmonic of 124, 83, and 19. You can see how the cycles have played out. As you can see, the Dow Jones continues going higher, and there was a pullback here, but Dow Jones continued right here. There's a little pullback. It's a minor one, small. Then it continues going up, and then down into June, then up, and then down. So those are the last ones I wanted to show you in regards to the cycles. The master chart. Before maybe we go to the master chart, let's go to this one over here. This is Elliott wave count. As you can see, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, and we hit a 5. If it wants to push higher, if this is not the last 5, fifth wave could be 37.29. Blew up above the linear regression channel, so it's very bullish. On the weekly, you can see that it's inside the channel, linear regression channel, and we got a 1, 2, 3, and maybe wave 4 could be that pullback into June, July. And if it's going to continue going higher, then you know what? And it wants to go to this wave 3. It's going to get into the 4 zeros up there. And this is the daily, and you can see there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside the linear regression channel above all the moving averages. So it's just can't get any bullish than this. You can't get any bullish than this. If it wants to hit wave 5, if wave 5 hasn't finished, then upside target could be anywhere to that 36.47. Using our Fibos and the zigzag, you can see that possible targets have found support at the 61.8, 33.56, and now we're bouncing off of that. And if we're going to push higher, first target would be that 34.56. Push above that is going to be the 61.8, extension of 36.17 and 36.49. That's if it's going to continue going higher. Those are the projections I have to the upside. Using one of these GAN fans for the 2009 low is a parabola square fan. And what I found interesting about this fan is that it picked the low of this crash, of this 2020 crashed. And if we continue higher, we're going to kiss it on the from the bottom part. As you can see, how it became resistance here, pulled back, and now we're going to kiss that same line which became resistance. I haven't seen it, anywhere else here, just only here, but it's just something I found fascinating, and I wanted to show you guys that. Another thing also is I'm using the GAN square, using it from the 2009 low to this 2020 high. And if you zoom in really good, you can see, I can zoom in. Whoa. But, you can see that right here. Maybe I need to even make it smaller. We're already hitting some resistance, and we're chopping around here. And that's part of the one of the GAN cycles, or not cycles, circles that they have. It goes around like this, you see right here. And we just hit that right there, and that's where we're kind of stalling. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Is there any GAN fans? Yeah, well, this is a GAN fan, and nothing really interesting there. And let's see. This is another projection too, using call them MMs, measured moves. So from here to this, pull back here, it's going to continue going higher level wise. It could go to 37. This has nothing to do with time. It just has to do with the level of momentum in regards to of a measured move. And it was interesting here that it pulls back into June, which lines up with a lot of the cycles that I've been showing. And then it projects higher into all the way to 44. So these are like a long-term projection. This one is measured move of 4 waves here. You can see that here it pulled back. Over here, supposed to be a top, pulls back still in June. So that's 37. That remains the same. Then a projection higher to 43. So this is all, speculations just to see where we at. So let's get into the cycles here. Let me open this up a little more. Okay, so you see a spectrum analysis right here. Let's close this up a little more here. I picked the 4 important ones and made a composite. You can see that we're topped out here and that there's a cycle bottom in June, July. That hasn't panned out yet. You can see that the Dow's is strong above all the moving averages, the 20, the 50, the 100, the 200. So that just remains to be seen. I went a little fractals on the cycles here. And added a harmonic of 9 just to see what plays out, what happens in regards to correlation, and see if price action sticks with it. You can see that we topped out here on the 13th. It pulls back into May 2nd, but that remains to be seen. I just wanted to see if this is going to play out using a harmonic of 9. In our annual, you can see that there's a forecasted top of 428. So we could continue going higher all the way towards the end of the month. And then it has a forecast of a projected low somewhere around June the 27th. That's what it's giving us there. I added neural net machine learning, and it said that the possible top is in, and that it could go as low as May 16. So probably our first swing low. So like I said, that remains to be seen. And the looks like the bottom could be first week of June. So we'll come back and revisit, once we pass these months to see how everything worked out. This is a turbo cycle I use also. I haven't used it in a lot of my past videos, but I'm going to probably start using it. And it kind of projects the same thing. A bottom, around June. And it pulls back in May, the first week of May, makes a bottom, makes a top towards the middle, towards the last week maybe, and then it flushes down. So that remains to be seen. Let's see what else I got. And then the harmonics, this was from the harmonic of 9, and then this was the regular one. You can see that there's a bottom here. Somewhere around June, the first, second week. There's a couple of more hits here. I think that's it. That's all. Oh, let's see our natural cycles. If anything here. Yeah. So this is our natural cycles right here. And you can see that this is the green line. That's the annual and the decimal together. And they all topping out right here. So everything is kind of topping out in May. Let's open that up a little more. Oops. You can see right here, there's the Dow. Everything is kind of topping out here in May. And then the green one flushes down. This is the annual. Tops out here. First week of May. Pulls back. Pops. And then pulls back into the last week of June. Now this one's interesting. The green one, this one like right here, It's kind of a little more choppier. That's the price action 10 years ago. And Gann used to say that to pick the tops or bottoms, always look at 10 years in the past. So, and price action will like average, fluctuate, within, the averages. So, in other words, get a low or go back 10 years in the past, and you could see what probably could play out in the future, from 10 years ago in regards to price action and possible swing highs and swing lows. So I did that, and this is what comes out. So it'll be interesting to see the high of 10 years ago was 428. And maybe, that might have changed because the years and dates all changed. But so far, this is what it's projecting. So it'll be interesting to see if we could continue pushing higher towards the last week of April and then see what happens into May. I just wanted to put that out there just to see how that plays out. Other than that, and wrapping it up, my thoughts and my what I've showed you and everything is telling me that possibly we could either go sideways, we could push higher, but somewhere around May, we could probably push lower into June and July. From what I see in the charts and the cycles, and make a low one of those 2 months, go sideways, and then just bounce, or find a low and then just bounce and then just continue going higher. But that is what I see. That's my forecast, and hopefully you like this video, especially if you trade the Dow Jones. I could at least give you a heads up of what's possibly could play out in the future, give you a little guide map of things that cycles picked up, and we'll look at it the next couple of months and revisit and see what worked out and what did it. But I wanted to put this video out there because I haven't done one in regards to the equities. I'm going to sign out. Profitable trading for you guys. Enjoy, and I'll sign out.